Welcome everybody. This is the T&D show, an IMT of Corner 6 Labs, and we are a technology-based marketing company, and today we're going to talk about some of the different things that we do as well as some networking. My guest today is Patty Farmer from Hot Pink Mamas. Welcome to the show, Patty.
Thanks so much, Travis. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about networking. We're going to talk about how you got started in this crazy thing and what you're doing, where you're going. Big plans are on the horizon. But before we do that, I want to tell everybody to, first of all, welcome. Thank you for watching. If you need more information about Corner 6 Labs and everything that we do, you can go to our website at www.corner6.com. You can reach us on Twitter at Corner6Labs. You can find us on Facebook and like us if you want to. We'd appreciate it. It's facebook.com/Corner6Labs. Now, before I get into my guest and all of her titles and things, just want to say thank you again for tuning in. And my guest today is Patty Farmer, who, if you want to reach her on Twitter, how many handles do you have now? 12? Three, okay. You are at Patty Farmer.
Correct.
And she is the networking CEO.
Correct.
So that's why she's on the show. Networking CEO. That says it all there. We're going to stop right there, right? Or do you want to do the third one?
That's perfect. Perfect.
All right, so my first question for you, Patty, is what got you started in the whole networking genre?
Well, what got me started was that I have been in the mortgage business for the past 20 years. And as most people who've been in the networking world, there are certain industries, especially in exclusivity groups, that it's very, very hard to get into. So being in the mortgage business, I could never get in one of those. So I decided that I would just start my own. So I've been in the mortgage industry for 20 years, and I've been doing Hot Pink Mamas for 7. But before that, I did it with a lot of other ones first.
So the Hot Pink Mamas, that's an original name. I think the first thing that came to my mind when I saw you guys at the Chocolate Blues was, what is the Hot Pink Mamas? It sounded kind of risque, and I had to go check it out.
Well, it's kind of a fun, kind of gets everybody's attention. And originally when we started, we were women only. So it kind of worked then.
So let me get this straight. You started with the Hot Pink Mamas out in Vegas, right? And then you moved to Dallas?
Correct. 2 years ago I moved to Dallas.
So did that bring you to Dallas to start up this new venture, or was it like just a family decision, decided to pick up and move here? Or what brought you to Dallas? And then once you got here, obviously you knew there wasn't a chapter, so you decided to start your own?
Well, actually, I had done it for 5 years in Las Vegas, so I owned it there. And then my husband relocated here. He's in the aviation field, so he moved here. So, of course, obviously I was going to come with my husband. So we moved here, and to tell you the truth, I just didn't realize how big Dallas was. And then I got here, and I was like, oh, Dallas is even bigger than Las Vegas. For those people who didn't know that, it is. So that was kind of like a unique thing for me when I got here. So I saw that. I was like, oh, a lot of, this is fertile ground here. It was really good potential. So I spent about 2 months kind of checking it out, and then I just jumped in, said, yeah, let's go.
And that was 2 years ago, correct?
2 years ago.
So in 2 years, you started from possibly, I guess, one basic location where you started the whole thing. And how many locations do you have now in the Metroplex?
Well, this month we are opening on September 17th. We are opening in Carrollton, and that'll be our 12th chapter, with 25 more to go. So we have strategically placed 12. We have 12 now, and 25 more to go in the next 3 years.
So 12 chapters throughout the Metroplex, and you said 25 more to go. Is that throughout the state of Texas, or are you going to have 37 chapters here in DFW land?
There's a lot of growth here, but we are actually going to be in Houston, Austin, and San Antonio as well.
Well, that's fantastic. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I guess drew me to this was, you do have certain locations, as you mentioned earlier, are women-only chapters, but now you have included us men in, and we're called the Red Hot Papas.
Yes. And for those of you, Travis is a Red Hot Papa,
yes.
And actually one of my leaders. He is the actual president of our Uptown group. So,
yay!
Yes. That's great.
I just threw my pen.
And all that excitement. But
yes,
anyway,
I just woo,
and all that excitement
gave me chills.
There you go. So we were women only, and probably we're going to stay women only. But when I came here, what happened was men started coming to me going, we would like to be part of Hot Pink Mamas. And so they wanted to do it, and I said, okay. So we started that, and now we have 6 co-ed groups. We don't have any men only. So 6 co-ed, and now 6 women only.
Hey, That is fantastic. So one of the things that I guess networking, I've been to a lot of different things, different networking groups. There's other people in the room that belong to other different networking groups, and some of them are popular, just as popular, I think, or maybe they have a name for themselves, good or bad. But one of the things that drew me to the Hot Pink Mamas in particular was you didn't do things like everybody else did. It wasn't a business card exchange, I guess. It felt more real, and it felt more genuine. Like, people are actually interested in what you have to say, and they seem to help each other out a little bit more. And with that being said, on the second part, which I want to get into, are the benefits that the people at the chapter have, which I haven't seen anybody in the industry equal you.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
So what I want you to tell everybody out there is, why should they join the Hot Pink Mamas or the Red Hot Papas if you want one of the 6 co-ed chapters? And I really want to dive into the benefits that you offer for these people.
Okay. Well, first I just want to say that one of the things that I noticed when I moved here is that Dallas is one of the richest areas as far as networking here. We have some wonderfully powerful groups here, and so that's really great. So we are in a really, really good company here in Dallas, so that's really wonderful there. But it is all about differentiating yourself, of course, from the pack, so to speak. And since I have been networking for quite a long time, I just really wanted to do things that were a little different. As we all know, 10 years ago, everybody just went to lunch and passed business cards, and that doesn't work anymore. So you had to actually be able to do something else. And technology being what it is right now, it's a good opportunity to be able to do things different and step away. So that's what we did. We have 45 member benefits here with us. Some of them, you want me to list them? Is that what you're asking me?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Thank you. Not all 45, but what are the top 5?
What are the top
You tell me
5?
your top 5, and I'll tell you some of the ones that I think
are your top 5.
Are my top 5.
Okay, that's good. Okay, my top 5, I think, are that one of the most exciting parts is that we actually give you all the database for everybody that is part of our group. And by that, what I mean is that you can spend a lot of time, Dallas is very spread out here, a little bit different than Las Vegas. So you can spend a lot of time running around, spending gas, time, and your money to go to all these networking luncheons, to just get a business card, call somebody up. We know it all just starts at lunch. It's just an introduction. It really is all about the one-on-one and getting to build relationships. So you can do all that and run around, or because we actually give you that database, you can just sitting in your air-conditioned office, pick up the phone, and see all of the hundreds and hundreds of Hot Pink Mamas and Red Hot Papas and do it, find strategic partners and do it without having to have done that first. So that's actually my favorite actual one. Mm-hmm. And my second favorite one is actually that you're able to customize it for yourself. I think that everybody's business is different, especially if you are a business owner, and it changes from month to month. So for